What's going on? We are officially live. And as always, it usually takes like a couple minutes for people to see that I'm live. And I haven't been doing these consistently in a while. I used to do them pretty often, and I definitely like doing these live videos. I like the instant interaction, how easily accessible it is from using my phone for doing this too. So if you pop in, I see somebody on here, come say hi to me and let me know what you're doing tonight as well. I'm trying to pick out what movies to watch for the rest of the night. I figure I could crack out at least one, maybe two, depending on the time of the movies. So yeah, let me know if you're gonna watch anything tonight. A Band Apart, how are you? Nice. Let me know how you. What do you think about us? I've heard a lot of mostly positive, but I heard a couple negative. But I definitely want to check that one out. I plan to watch it probably this next week coming up. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I loved Get Out. That was one of the few horror movies in the past few years that to me surpassed the hype. Hereditary was another one as well. But yeah, Get Out was fantastic. I can't wait to see what he does with that. I know Jordan Peele is going to be hosting the new Twilight Zone series, which Twilight Zone, the original, is one of my all-time favorite TV shows. So Movie Music Man 75, what's up, man? Having a beer now. I'm having a root beer. I actually did have a beer earlier today. I had a Corona Light. I basically just drank it to get it out of the fridge. And I actually turned it into a shower beer. I was in the shower and I finished it off in the shower. But let me know what you guys are going to watch tonight. And I guess when a few more people come in here, I guess I'll do like a movie collection overview. I'm trying to clean up the room, the office area, and it's slow progress right now. I did some stuff, but you really can't tell. There's like stuff all over the floor, still stuff everywhere. And eventually, I want to finish up. I've had some people ask me about the horror Blu-ray collection. When I'm going to do the random shelves of that again, and I love doing that, and people seem to like that. So it's I feel like a popular series that I've done for a while. But I want to go through that and then want to organize it. I want to do a video of me alphabetizing the horror Blu-ray section. Get Out surprised me, but nothing stoked to see. Yeah, definitely. And oh, nice, very cool. Hey Nina, how are you? What's going on? Are you watching anything tonight, Nina? Yes, actually, you know it's funny. I always try to push my beard under like that, so it doesn't look so bushy. But I feel like it's not working as much today. I don't know. I'm still debating about shaving it off. I feel like I think I did some poll and like 80% said shave it off, or no, to keep it rather, and 20% said to shave it. But I don't know. I feel like it's getting a little bushy, and like if I actually push it out like this and stretch it out, it's much longer than just what it appears right here. So you know what? I'm actually going to ask your guys' opinion on what I should watch tonight. Yeah, it looks extra bushy right now. So I will ask your opinion on what you think I should watch. Oh, how was that? You know, I feel like I've heard very little about that movie, Five Flights Up. It came out like a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago. I did want to check that one out, but I just didn't hear anybody talk about it. Let me know what you think of it. But here are the movies I was debating about watching tonight. You let me know what you guys think that I should watch. Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald. I love the first one. The second one, honestly, the trailers didn't really appeal to me. It kind of felt like a cash grab, but I'm sure it's going to be visually stunning. But hopefully, it will have at least some of the same magic, pun intended, as the first one. And this has an extended cut on here. And then Bumblebee, which I do like Haley Steinfeld a lot as an actress. I think she's very talented. Even when she was in True Grit, when she was younger, thought she was great in that role. And I always liked Bumblebee. It's like probably my favorite Transformer. So it's funny. One of the only fond memories I have as a child was once I got like 100 on a test when I was a little kid, and my parents did like a little scavenger hunt around the house with like little clues, so like little pieces of paper, and would have to go find stuff all around the house, and then the prize at the end was a Bumblebee toy, and I don't know whatever happened to that toy because I don't really remember anything about having it when I was a kid. I remember tons of GI Joes and stuff like that. But yeah, to me, Bumblebee was my favorite Transformer, so I'm hoping it'll be decent. I really haven't heard anything too good. I heard a lot of negative reviews for it. But anything, I think it's going to be visually stunning. You know, Spielberg, Michael Bay producing and stuff like that. So there's that one. And then there's The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then Bigfoot. With a title like that, I'm down for it. And you know what's interesting? Obviously, Sam Elliott is a big star. He's right on the front cover, but nobody else is mentioned. And you've got Ron Livingston on there, and you got a few other recognizable people. Ron Livingston's been on a ton of stuff, but I always think of him as in Office Space. But yeah, this looks like it's going to be cheesy. It says an absolute American classic. I can't wait to check that one out. That looks like it's going to be cheesy fun. And the slipcover for this is like really beautiful. It's like almost like a faux velvet kind of feel. It's not your typical slipcover, but I love it. It's amazing. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get a haircut because this is the longest my hair has been in like since I was like 16 probably. And every now and then I let it grow a little bit long, but not quite to this length. And it's, I hate it. I feel like I look like a hobo right now. The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then Bigfoot, hands down, is one of the best movie titles ever. Yeah, I agree. I'm very interested in that. Bumblebee was the best Transformers movie, says Ben Grimm, which I love that name, by the way, The Thing. So that's good hype for it. I haven't watched The Mule, but it looks good. I actually did watch The Mule last night. That's off to the side. I was just, I haven't put that one away yet. About to watch Chud 2. Chud 2 was a lot of fun. I've got that one as well. I loved the first Chud, Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers. John Goodman cameo in the end of that first one, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I thought the second one was a lot of fun too. Great horror comedy. So I've got those three right there. Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald, Bumblebee, and the Man Who Killed Hitler, and then Bigfoot. And they've got a couple older titles. Again, I watched The Mule last night, and I talked to somebody on it on Instagram about it, and they said they thought it was mismarketed, and they said the trailers and stuff made it sound like it was going to be like Sicario, and I completely disagree. The trailers seemed exactly what I was expecting. A drama revolving around an elderly drug mule, and that's exactly what it was. I think it was a mixed bag overall. I think you have to suspend disbelief with these kind of movies, but it was really hard to do, especially towards the end of this movie in several scenarios that were just seemed too unrealistic, which is a shame because the redemptive climax was the best part of the movie. But there's too many things by the end of it. I was just like, come on. So I still think it's worth watching. I definitely think he's a great actor, great director, and the whole time I was watching, I was going to it's going to be extremely sad when he passes because he looked so old in this movie and frail in this movie, and give him the life serum, make him live forever. He's a creative genius, director, actor. But I digress. The other movies that I had picked out for possibly watching tonight, The Ghost in the Darkness with Michael Douglas and Val Kilmer. I can't believe this doesn't have a Blu-ray release. I saw it when it first came out, and I haven't seen it since, so I'm looking forward to revisiting it, but I remember really enjoying it. Loverboy, which I haven't seen since I was like a kid, and this comes with like, is this like a CD soundtrack or something in here? Real Love DVD trivia game, it looks like in there. Oh, it's a Seen It game. That's cool. I have seen it. But I remember this being a lot of fun, too. And it's funny because Patrick Dempsey, when he was younger, in all the 80s movies, he always played, like, the dork character. And I guess, I never saw the TV show, Grey's Anatomy, but I guess he was McDreamy, I think his nickname was. I think they killed him off in the show. I can't believe that show's still going. I feel like it doesn't have the fan base that it used to. I used to hear like, every girl talk about that. But I remember watching this one as a kid and thinking it was a fun time. Carrie Fisher's in here, and Kirstie Alley, a few other recognizable people. So, and then next up is The Legend of Billie Jean, which I also saw when I was a kid. And I haven't seen it since, and I remember loving the heck out of it. Helen Slater, who was also Supergirl, and you got a bunch of other people in here. Christian Slater's in here too. But I love the VHS slipcovers that Mill Creek is doing. A few other companies too, but Mill Creek seems to be doing the most of them, and I love that. So that's pretty cool. Those are the titles I'm trying to choose between. So those 6 right there. So let me know what you think I should watch tonight. Fantastic Beasts, Crimes of Grindelwald, Bumblebee, The Man Who Killed Hitler, and then Bigfoot, The Bigfoot. And then The Ghost in the Darkness, Loverboy, and Legend of Billie Jean. So of those 6, let me know what would be your top 2 to watch. Let me know. And I'm sure I've missed a bunch of comments, so let me scroll through real quick. Scrolling with the homies. Let's see, where do you have The Burning ranked among your all-time slashers? I've never seen it. I am one of the few people who is not a fan of The Burning. I saw it a couple times. I think it's Tom Savini's worst work, editing-wise. I mean, editing effects-wise, rather. And I always think people talk about the raft scene. I thought the raft scene was terrible. You can tell, like, the kills look so fake, especially the next scene. And I remember the editing for the ending was terrible, too. I feel like maybe I should watch it one more time, because it's been years since I've seen it. But I always remember being super disappointed in The Burning. And that's one of those movies that everybody seems to love in the horror community. It's one of the old school kind of slasher movies that has a lot of love. I personally am not a big fan of it at all. I think it was kind of a missed opportunity. I definitely think it influenced other movies like Victor Crowley, the Hatchet movies, which I love the Hatchet movies. I haven't seen the recent one, though. Have you seen Nightlife from 1989? No, I have not. Let me know if it's worth checking out. The Ghost in the Darkness is fantastic. Yeah, I think that deserves a Blu-ray. I remember really loving the heck out of it. Watch The Mule. I watched The Mule last night. For me, it was a mixed bag. I liked a lot about it. The cinematography was great. Just the storyline was very interesting. I think they could have done a little bit more with it, but certain things towards the end, just like, come on, it was hard to imagine it actually playing out that way. And I do love Clint Eastwood. Although I really wanted to see The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then Bigfoot. Yeah, that one with the title alone. What's up, Viz? I was watching your one of your videos recently on Triple Flix Mafia, the convention one. I haven't finished it yet. Billie Jean. Andy Shoemake, what's going on, first time viewer? Thank you for stopping by. Put them all up and watch Return of the Living Dead. I love Return of the Living Dead. That's one of my all-time favorite movies. The soundtrack for that was one of the things that really stuck out for me as a kid. I really liked the second one as well. I think the second one had a little bit more comedic element going on, but still really good. Yes, Viz, you guys definitely should do a live stream too. Sam Lee, what's up? What's up? Nightlife is an awesome zombie movie. The Spookies I haven't seen either. That's one I always remember seeing the cover for and being intrigued. That's one of the things that I loved growing up in the VHS era, video rental store era. That's what really got me into horror. When I was a little kid, seeing all the horror VHS cover art and just being enthralled by it. And the Spookies was one that I do remember the cover for that one being pretty cool. But I haven't seen it, so I definitely want to check that one out. Night of the Demons, okay, they just did a new transfer for that one for the Scream Factory Steelbook release. And I complain sometimes about Scream Factory re-releasing the same titles they've had already and doing the Steelbook lines, but at least they're doing some new transfers. Like The Thing, the new transfer on that one was amazing to me. It was like almost watching a completely new movie. So that blew me the heck away. So I've got a lot of votes in here for The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then Bigfoot, and then I guess The Legend of Billie Jean being the next one. So yeah, these are the 6 movies I am debating about watching tonight. I want to watch at least one, possibly 2. That would be a push for 2 for some of the length. I think these 2 are a little bit longer movies, which they usually typically are. Kind of those summer blockbuster-esque kind of movies, especially like Bumblebee. But although I don't think either one of these were actually technically summer blockbuster movies, but yes, and I do plan on watching Us, and I want to do more movie reviews again. My biggest issue was editing, because I have an iPhone, and the iMovie on the actual iPhone, you can't put a picture in, which is what I always did for my movie reviews. I put the movie poster artwork right next to me while I was talking about it. But I found another app that I can pay like $3 for and add the picture in there, so I might just do that. Hopefully it won't degrade the video quality too much by the time I use iMovie, download it there, and then use the other app and download it there, and then upload it to YouTube. Hopefully it'll still be decent picture quality, but I definitely want to get back to doing movie reviews, and I'd like to check out Us and do a movie review for that, even though by the time I actually probably do it by like next weekend or something, there's going to be like a million reviews up already of it, but still. Let's scroll through. Thinking about watching Operation Finale with Ben Kingsley. I have not seen that one, and I'm not familiar with that one, actually. I like Ben Kingsley, though. You know what's another one? House of Sand and Fog is another movie that I really loved with Jennifer Connelly and Ben Kingsley, and I don't hear enough people talk about that, and I don't believe it has a Blu-ray release either. Yes, I have seen Ghost in the Darkness. I saw it when it first came out forever ago, and I haven't seen it since, and I remember really enjoying the heck out of it. They're like hunting lions or something to that effect, but I remember it being pretty tense. And I'm surprised it doesn't have a Blu-ray release. I feel like that's one that has a lot of people, at least when I was younger, I remember people really enjoying it. I haven't seen The Dirt yet. I'm not a big Motley Crue fan, but I've heard a lot of buzz about it. So maybe I will check it out. Do more reviews of underrated 80s horror. That's a good point. I do want to review more underrated stuff and stuff that doesn't necessarily have a ton of, like, I don't want to review, like, Aquaman. I'm going to do a review of the 4K release of it, but I don't want to do a full movie review of it, because I feel like It's so mainstream. There's been a million people reviewing it, but I do want to review this movie, which I saw recently. Lighting. What Keeps You Alive? This movie blew me the heck away, and I haven't heard anyone talk about it. So I plan to do a movie review of this one, and it is gritty, raw, and I love this one. This is like one of the few movies recently that I watched that actually blew me away. I think it's a super underrated horror movie, and I'll be talking about it more in depth coming up soon. Going to be doing a full movie review. This might be my first full movie review that I do. So look forward to that coming up soon. What Keeps You Alive? And let's see. Yeah, I'm surprised that Ghost in the Darkness doesn't have a Blu-ray release. What's going on, JRKR 1964? How are you, David Vines? Yes, House of Sand and Fog was definitely depressing. I love depressing movies though. The Dirt is insane. I bet, in the heyday of like hairband, metal rock kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of crazy stuff was happening. I have not watched The Dirt. It's funny, somebody else just asked me that. Hey, Joe Beans. It's funny. I think I've told you this before, Joe, that somebody else I knew back in high school had the same name as you. And it's funny because the last time I saw this kid, we got into an actual fist fight, and then he requested me, like, this is high school, and then he sent me like a friend request on Facebook. I was like, I'm not gonna add you. We weren't friends then, and we're not friends now. But it's funny because you're the same name. It's obviously a very common, popular name. I'm Jen. Oh, hey, Jen. Now I know who you are. You threw me off with the name, because I thought before when you commented it came up as your actual name. So yeah, I definitely know who you are. Yeah, it's super common name, but I think I definitely asked you, because that would have been like such a coincidence, and I thought maybe you were the same person because that person tried to add me on Facebook. I was like, I'm not gonna add you. Hi Jay, why do you sell your collection movie? I'm not selling all my stuff. I mean, here is like, I've got a whole room of stuff. I'm only selling a few. Like this pile right here, essentially. So, and then my comic books I want to sell. I'm only selling the movies that I've upgraded to Blu-ray, or I don't see myself rewatching again. It could still be a good movie, but I just don't want to rewatch it. And if I can't see myself watching the next couple of years, there's no reason to keep it. But yeah, I still have thousands of movies. Let's do a whole movie collection review real quick, overview. Return to Nukem High. Yes, I have. In fact, bam. I ended up getting this for its release when it came out, and I got it signed up, but unfortunately I used black Sharpie, except for Lloyd, who was smart and did it right on the front. But the rest of them, you can't see the autographs because they used the black Sharpie on where the black border is. But I love these kind of cheesy Troma movies. There's some that are just unwatchable to me for Troma, but there's some that are just cheesy fun to me. James Gunn, back in the day, worked with some Troma stuff. I was able to get him his signature on my old Slither DVD before he got super famous. But I'm going to go ahead and give you a collection overview / room tour, because I have my whole collection essentially in my room and then my office, which is over here. So this is the office area. This is all horror Blu-rays, which I don't have alphabetized yet, but I plan to. And then I've got a whole stack of horror Blu-rays here, and then some down over there. And I got some stuff on the floor, and then more horror Blu-rays over here. And I've got a few things up at the top, right there. The Masters of Horror Season 2 skull set is one of the worst designs I've ever seen for a set ever. The discs are loose inside, and I've heard so many people complain about the skull breaking, and as well as the discs getting messed up inside. Terrible design. But here's some more, and then some Funko Pops. I was able to get Robert Englund signed up on this Funko Pop. Right there, and I love that. And then I was able to get Ash right there. Ugh, on my Evil Dead 2. I don't want to even like touch it because it's gonna like fall over. I definitely need to have this whole setup better. But and then here's some old Garbage Pail Kid toys from when I was a little kid. But I got some Funko Pops. Butch Patrick was really nice. Eddie Munster, and then here's some more collector sets and stuff down here, and some posters. I gotta go through that. And here's a poster for Phantasm, all signed up before Angus Scrimm passed away. And then here's my John Carpenter's The Thing poster, which is a Japanese reproduction poster. Right now I only have 2 signatures on there. But I hope to add more, especially Carpenter. That's the main one I want to get on there. And then here is a bunch of bust sets up at the top. And then here's Criterion Collection Blu-rays down here. And then here's some DVDs, which some of these don't have Blu-ray releases as of yet. Some do. I still need to upgrade a few. And then here is White Dog, my favorite Samuel Fuller movie. But here's a bunch of Twilight Time. And I've got a huge stack of Twilight Time somewhere around here that I haven't put over here yet. And then obstructed from view are some TV Blu-ray box sets and seasons. Then all this pile right here is stuff that I want to get rid of. Some comic books. And then movies. So I'm not selling the whole collection, just a few. Then here's some steelbooks over here. JB Smoove, I was able to get signed up on my Curb Your Enthusiasm DVD. Saw him live a few times. He's really nice. Some more steelbooks. Here's George A. Romero, sign up on Day of the Dead Arrow Video Blu-ray Steelbook. May he rest in peace. And then here's some digibooks, some Arrow Video. I got a ton more Arrow Video. But yeah, there's just piles of stuff like everywhere. And here's a giant stack of 4Ks that I've been meaning to do an update for ages, but I keep forgetting that it's back there. And I've just got stuff like everywhere. A whole bunch of stuff I want to do updates for. And then here's the rest of the collection in here. Are you guys still here? So yeah, here's just piles and stuff over here, which so if you think I'm getting rid of all my collection because I did a few for sale videos, no. Just trying to get rid of stuff I can't see myself rewatching or that I've upgraded on Blu-ray. And like, for instance, I sold one of the copies of this because I had the old Blu-ray that didn't have the slipcover. So I still love that movie and have an edition of it, but yeah, so here's more 4Ks right there, and then more Blu-rays, Blu-ray box sets, Tommy Boy up there, Best Buy exclusive bobblehead, The Labyrinth with the MC Escher inspired staircase, Watchmen, which is one of my favorite editions, the Night Owl Ship, which is an Amazon exclusive, Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby bobblehead from Best Buy exclusive, Underworld set right there too, which is Best Buy exclusive, V for Vendetta set, Planet Earth sets, some other Coen Brothers, Blade Runner, Terminator Salvation set, which was from Italy. I love the design for it, and I know a lot of people hate the movie. I like the movie. It wasn't the best of the series by far. Some other sets, but here's more Blu-rays. Just all of these 3 shelves right here are actually alphabetized, kind of. They're all like A's, B's, C's, like that. I just kind of threw them together like that for now, but I do plan to organize them, alphabetize them completely. But here's all DVDs, and then here's horror DVDs over here. Yeah, and this is my movie snack of choice right here, Bates. Asbury Park Distilling Company, shout out. But yeah, here's a couple signed things, and there's another George A. Romero signature and Adrian Barbeau and Two Evil Eyes. His segment was by far my favorite. 30 Days of Night, Dressed to Kill, James Gunn again on Slither, and then David Schmoller for the director of Tourist Trap, which is one of my all-time favorite slashers. Super creepy. So there you go. There's the movie collection. And forgive me, I'm sure I've missed a bunch of comments on here. What keeps you alive? I apologize, Nina, for not answering that. I didn't see that before. What keeps you alive is basically about a female same-sex couple who go to Canada in the middle of the woods, and basically one of the girls turns out to be a psycho, and kind of a fight for survival, kind of a look into the mind of a psychopath. And I loved it. It was intense. I love the acting performances from the 2 leads, especially. The cinematography was amazing. Like, there'd be just kind of a terrible, tragic scene, then accompanied by a really beautiful establishing shot of the lake and the mountains and the woods. And it's just kind of a beautiful juxtaposition. But I love the film. And I'll be doing a full movie review of it coming up soon. What keeps you alive? Scroll. Seems like everyone is liking Shazam so far. Honestly, I'm not going to watch Shazam in the theaters. I don't really have a big desire of it. I remember the comic books as a kid. I wasn't a fan. And I think there's a cartoon for it too back in the day. And yeah, I'm probably going to wait on that one once it comes to Blu-ray 4K. What's some of the most fun cheesy horror movies in your collection? That's a good. I would consider Chud 2 a good cheesy one. Scroll through cheesy horror. Blood Diner is probably my all-time favorite cheesy horror movie. I love that movie. I remember watching that so many times as a kid. Dark Fiend X, what's up? Declutter will buy your movies online, but they pay you like 10 cents. So I don't think really that's worth it. I've heard horror stories about Declutter where people send tons of stuff and they claimed it wasn't the condition that they agreed upon, so they pay them nothing. Or people saying that Declutter saying they didn't get it, and like all kinds of crazy stories about that. So I'm not going to risk it on Declutter. But thank you though for the opinion that where do you hide the Polish girl? I saw her not that long ago, but I don't hang out with her too often anymore these days. But we go way back for like, I think we first met like over a decade ago now, so it's crazy. But yeah, I still talk to her every now and then. Basket Case is my favorite cheesy horror. Yeah, I guess the sequels though, I'm not a fan of the sequels. Hey, DJ boy, what's up, man? Yeah, the sequels to Basket Case 2 and 3, I couldn't get into those, but I love the first one. The first one's a classic for me. Sounds very intense. Definitely think about watching What Keeps You Alive. For me, that was one of the recent horror movies that I watched that just blew me away. So I do plan to do a movie review. This might be my first movie review that I've done in a while. So I want to get that done by next weekend, and hopefully us as well. But look forward to that. So right now I am going to probably bounce off here and pop in these movies. I just wanted to get on here real quick, do a live video, ask your guys' opinion on what I should watch and what you guys are going to watch today too, and give me some recommendations for movies to check out. And I want to do more of these live stream videos, so hopefully you guys enjoy them as well, because again, I love the instant interaction talking on here and how easily accessible it is with my phone as well, utilizing it like that. But so again, it looks like the most votes were for The Man Who Killed Hitler and then Bigfoot, and then I guess The Ghost in the Darkness. Some love for that. So it looks like probably those two are going to be watched tonight. So yeah, thank you again for tuning in. This was just kind of a quick one. I always say that, like I feel like a lot of times I'm in here for 5 minutes and then it turns out to be like a half an hour or something like that. So definitely going to be more live streams coming up and actual movie reviews again. Get back to that. The main reason I wasn't doing it before is because of the editing process, but I found a separate app, so I'll be doing some tests for that coming out soon to see how the video quality is, and if that's good, I'll be doing way more of that. But thank you for tuning in. I hope everybody's doing well, has a great night. Again, leave me those comments down below. Let me know what you're watching tonight and what movies you would recommend me to check out. Leave me those comments down below. Hope everybody's doing well. Take care. Have a good night.